is Black Series Edition LLC. Second company we're working on is the Exotic Collection screen paint products, and then we have a new silver screen paint coming out, our Silver Patriot, our gunmetal Silver Patriot, coming out soon. And then behind that, we are working on a form of a rare collection out of our products, and that will be our Black Series. Well, actually, it's a 57 Black Series Edition Alpha, which we're going to be showing it off tomorrow. The new containers and so forth. All right, so I left the mic open. The reason why I leave the mic open, because again, we give these people the opportunity to come in and to explain themselves. Now, this is the last time we're going to go through this, because again, I got business to conduct. I'm an extremely busy person. Today is another busy day for me. I got to be out and about and take care of things, getting things done. The reason why we don't consider them to be real businesses is because, again, the countless amount of fumbles and fails and all kinds of schemes and scams we've seen these individuals do. Crow's eBay listing has been missing for quite a few days. It's not there at all, period. Just not there. It's gone. Just completely site gone. There are YouTube videos, and there are other customers that have been going into the blacklist account. We don't mind. Take whatever you want. They've been going into the account, and they've been going in. Oh, there's Jamie right there. Got in early. Jamie has, when we explain this, Jamie has multiple accounts, YouTube accounts, email accounts, phone numbers, stuff like that. He's known for going in and spamming. So this is Jamie. The other person goes by the name of PARTAY AV. This is another individual. As I told you before, if you read through his site, you will clearly see, one on time, we want them to do this. This is what we want. We want to show you how they carry themselves when we talk about the things that they do. They can't come into the channel. They can't explain themselves. They can't talk about what they've done. They can't talk about how we're going to give the customers back their money, how we're going to improve ourselves on making better products for our customers. They can't do any of that. So we deliberately left all this open so we can expose them for who they are. Now, when these people get exposed, the first thing they do is, like I said, they don't go back their products up. They go into these rants. They get upset. They start cursing, carrying on. We've seen this many times when we go to Crow's website to show you that he is selling a product on his website that match house paint and continues to sell this product. And as we show off what he's doing on this website, you will see a little box pop up as messenger, and he's just in there just ranting like crazy. That's what they do when they get caught. Partay does the same thing. A lot of rant. We have emails from Partay that we're about to post, and in these emails you can see this is supposed to be a man that's supposed to be a professional at the end of the day. In this email, cursing, carrying on, all kinds of nasty words, just carrying on, very unprofessional. But at the bottom of the email, you will see links going to his Instagram account, his Facebook account, an email account, and website at the bottom of this letter he sends in. So again, not professional at all, period. You have no emails of me carrying on and acting up, none of that. No canceled orders, none of that. No failed or able to process complaints against our company, none of that. But again, you guys don't have this information. Also, too, getting to the brass tacks of paperwork, where are your tax papers? You asked them for those. I haven't seen those yet. I also haven't seen your licenses either. We actually have applications already submitted for licenses for the company. We have our tax information, EIN number. We have a DBA that was put in for it. I don't see any of this stuff under your company. So we do not consider your company to be a real company. Now, let's get down to over here on the eBay listing. We tried to track down Crow's listing site. It's gone, completely gone. It's just not there. We go over to the, oh, sorry, this is us. These are our demonstrations. When we sit there and say we have the most outdoor demonstrations, we're not joking around. This is a massive grid with tons of our information. And I think we just put something new down here. Let me refresh this page. And I'll put something else down here too also. But anyway, getting back to these guys. We don't consider you guys, at the end of the day, not the other people who sell screen paint products, just you two. We don't consider you to be legit companies at all, period. Again, you have items matching house paint. In the descriptions of your products, you have some of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I have never heard of a projection screen being both 8 and 9 gain at the same time. That doesn't even exist. So it looks like you guys are just either copying and pasting information of other sites and putting it into your website. and you're just rambling on about things you don't know. Hopefully it sounds like someone's actually going to believe it. Let's bring up my other one. I need to see if I published that. That's what I need to do. We had a whole section in here for ambient rejection demonstration slideshow. Let's see. Let's go to the page demonstration page. We got a page demonstration page in here because right now we're converting the Crystal Edge page for a business commercial distributor. We have to get certain licenses for that. So that's why everything on here is going to be on hold for a while, because we have to apply for a certain license for this. Let's see, customer demonstrations. That's the 2.0 demonstration for its test for, we have to do this batch number test. Speaking of batch numbers, you don't have those either. We don't see any batch number tests at all, period. And again, the way you're, one particular individual, we can't say too much about the other one, but the way Crow's setup is for his customers, your shipping policy is clearly designed to steal from your own customers. Because there is no way in the world customer is going to be able to, there's no way to get around that policy you put in. It's strictly designed to steal from them. And then again, like I said before, no tests underneath your products. I had somebody came in on Instagram. It was an everyday customer. Was asking me why, sorry about that, people. Asking me why I thought my product was better than everybody else's. Why? What proof did I have? You know what I sent to him? I sent him an entire site, an entire page site of all our test demonstrations, and then threw another site on top of there with all these demonstrations. He replied back by saying, good grief. By saying that is a lot of test demonstrations. Yeah, that's what you have to back your products up. You see the screen pictures I'm scrolling through right now? You don't have these demonstrations. This clearly shows a screen that can pull in a fully lit environment and maintain. So we have this on our page here. So when companies are coming in and they're acquiring for contracts to distribute our products, if we decide to go down that road, I haven't decided on that yet, but if they're doing contracts, we need to buy it in large quantities, and they have a business tax identification wholesale license, they can come and buy off this site. They need to see that if they're buying 5 gallons, 10 gallons, and 20 gallons of this product, it needs to function and work. They want to see how the customers are reacting to it. It's a lot of money to put in for something that you have a page with no information on it whatsoever. Now, certain red flags, as I said before, we've seen pop up on their sites. Like I said, PARTAY has a lot of stuff on their sites that don't make any sense whatsoever. That whole chart to teach you how to paint the screen in, that does not basically, the chart you put in is for a paint roller. But what if a person uses a paint pan and a paint roller? Well, that pretty much would not work with that particular setup you have there. What if they choose to use a paint sprayer? That doesn't work for that setup either. The stacking system, that is complete fake. Unless you can go on there, you can rant and carry on, and you can go to a lawyer and whatever, he slandered me. The lawyer is going to ask you the same thing. He's going to say, do you have proof of this actually working? Because he's not going to walk into a courtroom, look like a complete idiot on somebody who basically has nothing but hearsay. He needs actual proof that this actually can happen with your product. And if you can't show that proof, then you don't have a leg to stand on. This is why we requested from PARTAY, the stacking system theory is to do exactly what we asked you to do, to show proof that your screen would be disrupted if one of the instructions were removed. If one of those 1 through 4 was removed, those layers, what would happen? What would be the outcome? You couldn't show this, and we requested this of you. Now, when you guys come and ask me about tests, well, they're on my website. You can go there right now and look at it. I can't do that on your website. If I go to your website for information, there's no test demonstrations. There's nothing there. And me being an expert in the field, and I know what I'm reading when I go through a site, when I'm reading through the specifications, your specifications are so far off, it's not even funny. There's no site anywhere on YouTube or any other page that says 2 gains on the screen. That's the first sign you don't know what you're talking about. A black screen that has a 1.1, that is absolutely horrible. It's a darker screen. It needs to have a higher gain in order to be to maintain white levels so the screen doesn't come up too dark. That's a problem. Don't work on ultra short throw. Another major red flag. That is the easiest projector for a screen to function off of. It's sitting on top of the screen at 3,000 lumens. How can you not work with that? I don't even know how that even works. Long throw, I can see about that. Because now you got to travel a distance. You're going to lose 10 times more lumens before you make contact to the screen. But ultra short throw, you're literally sitting right on top of the screen. How are you missing it? It's like trying to track down something with a spotlight. You can have a spotlight all the way back in the distance and try to hit it, or you can have it way up front. You're going to hit it even better because you're up front. You know, at a distance. Yeah, it just doesn't add up. There's things that don't add up. Jamie, your site definitely doesn't add up. Your specification sheet is extremely thin. Much like a Girl Scout Thin Mint wafer, it is very, very thin. There is no information on product at all whatsoever. What is the angle gain of your product? Is it VOC? Is it water base? What's the cleanup preparations? Basically, paint on applications. What kind of surfaces can you apply to? What kind of surfaces can't you apply to it? If you're using a paint cannon, what kind of environment is the person going to be in? Does it have to be a well-ventilated area? Does he have to wear safety glasses? All that information has to be put in there. Do they have to prime the screen? What materials do require priming? Can you paint this on an acoustic screen? What's the viewing angle on the screen? What's the distance during the screen? How many lumens can the screen be used outside before it starts to deteriorate? All that information is not found on your site. It's supposed to be on there, but it's not there. So again, that's all fake. That's house paint anyway. House paint reacts the same way as you've seen with the other things we posted. Getting to the business part of it all. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Where's your paperwork? You don't have any paperwork at all. There's nothing there. Do you know you have to have a license to sell online? You know that, right? Even though it's a website, it's not brick and mortar. You still have to have a license to sell. This is why you don't have one, because again, stack of cards. You came on the internet, you made a product that was never tested, you mixed some stuff together, gave it some fake theory, stuck it in the same dark environment like everybody else does, high-end projectors, and that's what you did. And then when push comes to shove, when people are going to ask you these questions, you avoid them. Now, I've had a couple of people contact PARTAY and ask him about ordering his products. Nothing. You have no numbers up there where people can reach you, no proper information whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure you don't answer emails from certain people, because we know that from the door, because I've placed orders through both of these individuals. And guess what? We got our money back. Every dime. They could not ship out the item. We got every dime back because they couldn't do it. Now, the reason why we don't consider PARTAY to be a legitimate business, because again, he didn't do his numbers correctly and he shot himself in the foot. Any product that he actually sells on his site, he's going to have to turn around and put extra money back into it, because he didn't do a good job of basically adding his numbers up correctly, and he literally owes money instead of making money. And this is the reason why his site cannot stay up, not even 6 months to a year. It just can't, because again, he would owe too much money. On top of that, anybody reading through the site, and usually most of these people are hoping for people to go through the site that really don't know much about screen paint products, that they won't question their theories. That's what they're hoping for. Somebody like me, or somebody has a little bit of knowledge, or something like me, or somebody a little bit more, is basically going to see through the nonsense. You see my demonstrations, gentlemen? See these right here? When you display ambient light rejection technology, it's supposed to look like that. That's how it's supposed to look. This is the difference between my work and your work. There we go. I think we posted it on this site. Yeah, we did. We did post it on this site. There we go. That's the gray versus black demonstration. That demonstration shows you right there is the reason why gray screens will never be superior to black. Even though we are making a product called the Silver Patriot, it's not going to be to hold a candle next to a black screen. It doesn't have the capability. That's the part I can never understand about people who brag and argue about gray products. I'm going to say this once, I'll say it many times again. You cannot see a black level. You can't pick it up. It doesn't register at all, period. It doesn't register at all, period. So to do these fake demonstrations in these dark environments, calibrated projectors, and choosing projectors with a high contrast ratio to fool people to believing that they're going to see a contrast level, well, guess what environment you're going to be stuck in? You won't be in this one. You won't be in a fully lit environment. Your screen will wash out. This is why, if you notice, the majority of demonstrations that they do are in dark environments because the screen will wash out. I don't know where they get that theory that they feel that they're going to see contrast. The more light you have in the environment, the faster your screen's going to wash out. And that area we're working at in the basement, there is no way in the world grayscreen would ever pick up down there. It would have issues. See that? Those are outside demonstrations right there. And that's actually Crow's paint outside in that demonstration. They don't pick up. Now, if you're in a more likely, when we develop gray screens, we do have the ability to be able to allow them to function in fully lit environments. We've done that with the 2.0. 2.0s can function in fully lit environments with no problem because they have that capability. But the only thing they would start losing on the screen is the contrast. Contrast and color would be a little bit fair, but we can still give them the ability to pick up in fully lit environments. They wouldn't be able to pick up that really heavy contrast level, and they can't pick up those deep, rich colors, much like when you see on OLEDs. But these are our test demonstrations of testing our black screens against several different forms of gray products, including Jamie's products. They're sitting right up there on top of them in those videos, and they don't pick up for jack. I think that's where we put the, that's where we put the giant slideshow. I was looking around like, wait, we put it somewhere in here. All right. What are these demonstrations? Oh, these are the demonstrations we have right here. Now, like I said, I got a lot of business to take care today. I got to get showered up, got to get changed, got to be out the door. I got bank accounts to open up. I got to go pop over to a furniture store and put a down deposit on this giant sofa I want to get for the place. I got to go do a walkthrough to the apartment. I got a lot of work to do today. I got a lot of things to do. I got to pop over to the post office, got to drop off this customer's projector, and then I got to come back in here, and I got some more work to do on the websites right there. Oh, I got to call the IRS again for my EIN number, because for some reason I'm having a difficult time reaching them, but I will get through to them so I can get my name transferred, because I already have one. I've had an EIN number way back when I first started my company, when I was working in computers. That's how far back my my taxes and all that stuff go back. And that's what I showed you on my PayPal account yesterday. For PayPal working capital, that's for business. Yeah, I get loans left and right, because number one, I can pay my loans off, because if my company was doing as bad as they said it was doing, well, I wouldn't be paying off those loans at a rapid pace. As a matter of fact, I just borrowed some more money off them for like 3,600 lumens for something I needed. Let's say 3,600 lumens, $3,600 I needed for something. So yeah, my account's in good, outstanding. If I was committing all this fraud, as they claim I was, there is no way in the world PayPal would ever issue me that kind of money at the end of the day. No, we don't need to do this. We need the blacklist. There we go. We're not going to go into this, because you know where it's at, you know where to find it, you know where to get the information from the blacklist. Notice how the calls and all that stuff, yeah. We're going to leave all that on there. We're not taking anything off. We're going to leave, anybody leaves any messages, want to be disrespectful, it's going to stay right on there, and this is going to be reposted everywhere. All right, this is where we put a lot of information in the blacklist. Basically, we show people for who they are on here, and also to companies and stuff like that. Projector testings that we've done on fake projectors, warning people not to use these projectors. This is the individual right here that goes by Crow1176. This is why we do not consider him to be a legitimate business. He did one demonstration, I think he did 2 demonstrations, backing his products, try to back his products in house paint, but that failed miserably. Those videos went missing. This is a demonstration of the black and white house paint he made many years back. That's when he was giving free products away. It matches a lot of his screen paint products. This is a test that we did a year to 6 months ago, showing that the product will match the Network Gray 773. This is his own demonstration he did himself with it matching. That video is also missing. These are demonstrations of us making the product out of $40 worth of house paint. That's it. That's all it took. $40 worth of house paint to make the UV, the Metallica Mix 2.0, and the Personal Mix. We also were able to make the Cinemax 2 also, and we had it over here. This is where he went into a huge rant on YouTube, screaming and yelling that we never had the product to begin with, that his product would have never matched Network Gray 773, just to do the video 6 months to a year later to match Network Gray 773, and the videos go missing. This is the slideshows from the actual video we put on forum sites warning people not to purchase from this individual. Over here at the bottom, we have, well, we actually have a unboxing or unveiling of a product we got from a customer. And these are the rest of the scam videos right here. This is why we don't consider them to be a legitimate business at all, because again, this is a product that's clearly matching house paint. These are videos that are going missing. We're not going to this website because it's not worth my time. We've been there dozens of times. Over here, this is where we're on eBay. eBay to track down his listing, and which now has gone missing. The listing is no longer there unless he pops it back in, but other than that, it doesn't exist because he removed the listing off the site. A little bit more right here. There you go. So you can see that for yourself. Listing is gone. So this is why it's a waste of my time to take time out of my day. We address this because it needs to be addressed. Some people want to say, oh, you're going back. It's not back and forth. There is no back and forth because, again, there is no evidence to have against us. They don't have any evidence at all. These are just two individuals that are bitter, upset, and angry and jealous because our products are much better and much more advanced. This is what they're bitter about. But in the process of trying to compete with us, not doing anything, but trying to compete, they have ended up showing what their products truly are. And right here, this is a fellow who couldn't even keep his eBay listing or whatever's going on, but the eBay listing is now removed. We don't have any websites disappearing. No matter how many times I put that in, it says no exact match found. That doesn't exist. So basically, he pulled this eBay listing to get rid of it. Don't know why. Well, there's a couple of theories I can pretty much figure why he got rid of it. Maybe he's getting pressure from his customers because this video is exposed. There's another customer who has been exposing his videos, going to the site, making duplicates of our videos, and expose them because these are people that have been cheated by this particular individual. But no, this is why you don't deal with people at the end of the day who do not know it. That do not know anything about a product at the end of the day and continue to sell products that are scamming the consumers. Back in here real quick. That's why you don't deal with them. So we put this on here to warn you to stay away from these individuals. As for your paperwork, no, I doubt you guys have any paperwork under your companies. Matter of fact, sorry, it's not a company. It's not even a hobby. I wouldn't even call it the hobby, because people that are hobbyists put more time in their products at the end of the day than you guys do. So no, I don't consider it to be a hobby. So I have things to do. I have things to address. I have business to do. And again, we're not entertaining you. We're just exposing you for what you are. And this is why we don't consider you to be a business. We don't consider your products to be legitimate and to be real. We don't consider the business that you practice on how you're supposed to carry yourself as a professional. We don't consider that to be real. That's all fake. Because again, you can't back your products. You can go on there, you can say, oh, his products come up too dark. Well, I've got tests under my products. I have more demonstrations than anybody else has on YouTube and off YouTube. Here's my company under the Black Series Edition. Here are my test pages right here on my product. Show my product tested on every level. Matter of fact, we did so many demonstrations on this. I think a few people might have unsubscribed because their notifications, or then turned off the notifications because their notifications were going off like crazy because we were in here doing all this testing on our products. Where's your test product? Where's your test at, gentlemen? No test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put in a massive link. These are our massive links that we put in. Anytime we get a customer that comes in and they don't know too much about our products, you can go to the website. There's plenty of information that you can get right from the door, all different forms of tests we've done on every level. There's even a section on here called Fast and Easy. It's a paint-on demonstrations that show you how fast you can apply our application to a surface. So these are all our test demonstrations. When we get people ask, okay, what's the screen look like on a massive size? We have 250-inch displays. We have screens that show off 2 ambient rejection technology sitting next to windows, all that, tabletop displays, outdoor displays, you name it, we have it. We just don't see anybody else doing this. So that right there, certified screens, we get this all the time. Why is our products, actually they get a little upset because they feel our products are very expensive. You know, the reason why you can't get what you think you want out of your product, because again, you have no testing. And when you have products matching house paint, which is never good, this clearly shows that your product is a joke. Should never match house paint. This is our demonstration page, another big page we have set up on here. This is the one I sent over to the customer, so he can get a good idea of our products being tested. Now, we got companies going through our site. This is why our numbers are jumping. We got companies going through our site, looking at the information we have on our page. And the reason why I say this is because the one thing they talk about the most is the tons of video demonstrations we have backing our products up on every level you can possibly think of. And this is something you don't see on the other two pages. But as I said before, you know, I give people the opportunity to choose for themselves. You can go on my page under the Black Series Edition, or you can go into Crystal Age, either one doesn't make a difference. And you can look at all the demonstrations we have on our products compared to everybody else's. Not just these two individuals, but other people. But there's other people, well, they're legitimate companies. They're not. One can't keep his site open for a solid year, 6 months or a solid year. And again, specifications are completely off. They don't make sense whatsoever. There's no paint on demonstrations. Oh, I forgot about this one. Even worse with PARTAY, all that information, or fake information, he put in about his product just to paint the screen in and have the screen match the wall in the theater room. That's extremely bad. So why would I bother going through a 4-coat application on a surface to paint this screen in? Mind you, the screen he painted was quite small, so the screen's going to be doing something much larger. To do all that work when I can just get the same color that was in the theater room and just do 1 coat and be done. There you go. All right, I got to go. I got business to take care of. As for you guys, look, I got to move on. I got things to do. I come out here, someone's going to accuse my company of being this, that, and the other. I'm going to come out and back my company. That's what I'm going to do. That's what anybody should do. Anybody ever accuses your work of being fake, you go out there and you back it up. That's what you do. People who can't back up the work, the first thing they do is they go into rants and they cursing and carrying on and acting up. That's what they do when they can't back it up. I've requested multiple times. I've given you guys multiple challenges, multiple opportunities. Put in orders for products on your site that came with nothing but cancellations and another bunch of Karen rants back and forth. If I come on here and tell you that my product is ambient light rejection, I can show you a ton of videos backing the product. If I show you my product can work outside, I have those demonstrations. Then your projectors, we got them. 1,000, we got them. Certified, we got them. White screen demonstrations on white levels, we got them. Even at 1,000 lumens, we got them. Black on black demonstrations. What's the difference between my product and black paint? I can show you that on every level. Your sites have nothing on there. My specification sheets go on forever. I can explain everything, and everything on my specification sheets to match everything we have on our website with the videos and pictures to match with it. You do not have this at all, period. I have a history that goes back more than 7,000 videos long on my YouTube channel. You guys are nowhere near my experience level. I can even go back to gray screen paints, the same stuff you're bragging and boasting about now, and show you demonstrations of tons of beta testers, customers, even companies who sign contracts, which sites are still up right now. You can go in there and look at our products that we did 10 years ago, displayed in another country, and business meetings, conference meetings, on displays, and showrooms. On a product that you have now, I've already done it already. So you guys are so far in the past, it's not even funny. So this is why we don't consider y'all to be a real legitimate business. And if you ever want to, at the end of the day, want to talk about how your company is legit, well, I'm going to request your paperwork. You don't want that, because if it shows you haven't been paying your taxes, you're going to get reported. I think that's why maybe his site went down, because he doesn't have those documents. My documents are sitting right over there on the table. Finished and completed mine. Before I leave out this place, all my paperwork is done. All right. Well, with that being said, yeah. as I said before, your stuff is not even real. You couldn't even match. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing it today. I'm going to drop in a challenge for my entire test page. My test page is massive. So again, just to show you how far advanced we are toward everyone else, the challenge is not for those two people. It's for everybody, everybody, to be able to complete all test demonstrations under our test page. Well, keep in mind, test pages can be anywhere. One video can be anywhere from an hour to 3 hours long. 2.0s, I think the 2.0, yeah, demonstration 2.0 was 3 hours. You have to complete all of these, including the screen sizes to match. If we do 180s, you do 180s. If we do 250s, you do 250s. If we drop into this, put them on the ceiling, you put them on the ceiling. We drop into the floor, you do them on the floor. Because if anyone's going to sit there and lay claim that your product is just like mine, then you'll have to complete all my demonstrations. Completing your demonstrations, what would we have to do? Literally. In a dark environment with a high-powered projector, are you kidding me? I can do that with house paint. Oh, that's another red flag right there on Crow's site where he says that 2200 lumens and up. You do know house paint can do it at 1000 lumens, right? Same environment, it does the exact same thing, but of course we saw that in the network grade video. There's the massive grid right there. The massive grid shows just about every demonstration, just not all of them, just a great deal of them we've done. Grade demonstrations versus our product versus grade paint, 720p demonstrations, more demonstrations on a screen side by side versus white screens. Demonstration. This is called Easy and Fast. It's for you, Partay. This shows you at the end of the day that nobody in their right mind is ever going to do a 4-code application. I wrote over a table. I did a 250-inch screen. Now, keep in mind, you have in your application, it takes 4 coats. Do you have any idea how long it would take you to paint a 250-inch screen? If you had to go through that freaking paint process that you have on your site, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to pour a line from one end of a 250-inch screen to the other end and go through that whole, no, we're not doing that. Oh, heck no. I would never get that thing out the door. That's like 4 layers of paint that have to dry. Each one's going to have to dry individually. Now, keep in mind, what he didn't think about when he made that statement is that how big of a screen and how long it's going to take to dry. Because a screen that's 100-inch compared to a screen that's 250 inches, there is a difference in drying time between the two screens. Number one, it's more paint on one than the other, and it's going to take longer. How is that going to work? So, judging by what you have on your page, you can only go outside a certain limit. Now, if a person decided to go in and do the crazy math around this nonsense, which I'm not going through today, how big as your screen comes in, and he has it in the caption. It's not in the shopping cart. You won't find it there. It's not on the front page. You won't find it there. It's in the application in small print. You'll find it where it says 150 inches. How come that's not directly on the site for the customer? I don't know why you would have that tucked away in there like that. But what if the customer wanted to do a much bigger screen size? Then what would you have to go through for a 250-inch screen? There's no way in the world they're going to do that. No company in their right mind is going to do a 4-code application to a 250. They're not even going to do it at 150 inches, not even 100. It's too much work. The whole purpose for you painting a screen is for it to be fast and easy and quick. You don't want to be doing 4 coats on a screen that size. Now, he did 4 coats on a screen of a cutout that was 2 by 3. That's nothing. That's easy. But you're talking about a screen at 100 inches that's 4 feet high and 7 feet wide. Yeah, the work changes. It gets much harder now because you're doing more work to paint a screen of that caliber. There's no way in the world you're going to paint a 250-inch screen. That would never even happen. And at that, most people, when doing motorized projection screens, are extremely skeptical that the screen is going to be either crack or peel, or it's going to jam up and damage the motor. And motorized projection screens aren't exactly cheap. So consider the fact that you're actually asking to apply 4 coats to a surface automatically makes them say, nope, not doing that from the door. But to tell you the truth, honestly, what he doesn't know is that it takes a lot more paint to jam up a motor. We've done it before because we used to have a test motorized projection screen. We're constantly painting on the car, painting for demonstrations, painting over and over again, and it jammed up at 40. It's 40 coats to jam the motor. And mind you, these are cheap. These aren't elite screens. These are cheap eBay motorized projection screens that we get for like $68, $78 real cheap. If anything's going to burn out fast, it's going to be one of these because the motor's really cheap. It's a good motor, but you know, you're just going to get a much better motor with a high-end screen. But if we couldn't burn that thing out with 4 and 5 coats, you're not going to be able to burn it out. So, I mean, this stuff he puts in there doesn't make any sense. There's the motorized demonstrations right there. If I'm going to be on camera talking about motorized screens, guess what I'm going to have on my site? There's a section right here for motorized screens. Y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have categories of videos, which says, okay, if I say it works on motorized, there's a demonstration right there. I even have the demonstration me painting the motorized screen, and it's the same screen I painted. I have it on display, rolling it up and down, up and down. We have it on ultra short throw. We have it near window. We have it in full environment. We have it on 1,000 lumens, and that's just on motorized alone by itself. There's the demonstration right there for customers to say, okay, this will work on ultra short throw. Boom, demonstrations right there on the motorized screen. There's the picture slideshow that matches each one of those pictures. If you hit the Google back button to do the search, it will pull the video up. There is the demonstration we did against gray screens. 3 different versions of gray screens plus 2 white surfaces on the product to show the difference of why you would paint it to a black technology over a gray or keep it at white. There is the easy paint on demonstrations, motorized projection screen, 127-inch screen painted directly to a wall, and a 250-inch screen. And there's another demonstration, I forgot what that was, but this is for the table right here. So that shows customers at the end of the day, again, how easy and fast it is to paint the application. 720p versus a 1080p projector. Are you going to see any difference? No, the product we have is designed to make 720p projectors look absolutely incredible, which means you can bring new life to your relic and old projectors or 720p projectors that you may have laying around and you're not using anymore because you feel that you have to upgrade to a much higher screen in order to pick up a better color. I told you at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with your projector. This is knockoff. This all comes down to your screen. This is why we find calibrating absolutely ridiculous, because when people go in, they'll calibrate their projector, think it's going to produce better color. And the whole entire time, it's your screen that's giving you the problem. They'll go out and spend money for more expensive projectors. If you don't believe me on that theory, hey, you can just go to my intro. And my intro shows a testimony from a church using a 7,000 lumen projector to hit a screen. It doesn't pick up. What you're doing is you're whitewashing your screen even faster. This is basic common sense. If the everyday ambient light that you have in your environment is washing out your screen, and you have to dim your lights and darken your environment in order to get the colors to push a little better so they fade less, what happens if you introduce it to a 7,000 lumen projector? And you just introduce more light to the equation, which washes out the screen 10 times faster. Contrast levels, you don't pick them up. You can't see them at all, period. And this is why you have to spend the money for more expensive projectors that have higher contrast ratings so you can pick up something that you cannot see to begin with. So this just explains everything. On top of that, what you should be seeing off a website. This is why they hate our products, because at the end of the day, they are pushed to have to do better, and they don't want to do better. They just want to get on camera, lie, cheat, can't back their products up, and steal from the consumers. And that's what they don't like. So again, we don't consider you to be a real business. We don't consider you to be a hobby, because people take hobbies that literally they take more time to put into their products because they have a passion for what they do. You do not love what you do at all, period. Your businesses are strictly, or not saying businesses, whatever they are, a stack of cards, but they are strictly designed to produce false products. They are strictly designed to basically steal and rob the customers. That's what they're designed to do. If PayPal for over 12 years thought that I was a scammer and I stole from all these people, I would have massive complaints against my account. But instead, I can acquire loans from PayPal just like that, due to the fact that I have an outstanding record. And in order to get an outstanding record, you have to have very, very few complaints. You're going to have complaints. Nobody in their right mind is ever going to be able to run a company and not get complaints. Not everybody's going to love you. That's not going to happen. But you have to have a certain amount where they can consider you to be a legitimate business. And the only way you can acquire your loans from PayPal, and I've already got 10 of them from them, all completed. The only way you can get that is you have to show you have an outstanding account. And my account is outstanding. This is what I just borrowed. Can't get that unless you show your account is legit. On top of that, you're going to have to have tax documents too in order to get a loan through PayPal, because they're going to request it from your business, including the EIN number. You will also have to request to display also too, which you gentlemen do not have at all, period. So with that being said, I'm going to conduct business. It's the thing to do, and you guys are going to continue ranting on, and I'm just going to ignore you because I got too much to do out here, too much work that has to be done. Summertime's coming up. I have to have my licenses are going to be done, which is fantastic. We got to go into City Hall. We'll have our permits ready and good to go, so we can do displays out in the open, which I want to do a lot of outdoor inflatable screen displays out in the open, out in the park. This is going to be fantastic. We get a chance to get a lot of exposure to the screen and get people to come out and talk about it. All right, people, so with that being done, we have our Christmas sale on our website. That'll be going on to the 26th. We have one more free projector, and that's it. I'm going to take this other one down to the customer right now so I can get hers mailed off, and that's basically about it. This is just showing you at the end of the day that, I mean, for them, they chalk it down to always just ranting and carrying on. No, it's not ranting, buddy. It's not ranting if you have proof to back it. Now, if you're just ranting for the sake of just ranting and there's no proof there, then it's just ranting. This is proof right here. Hardcore proof. Can't get any more hardcore proof than showing that a person is a potential scammer when you have the actual person in their own video that no one can find because they deleted their own video showing them matching house paint. You can't get any more hardcore than that. Bearing receipts, showing containers, painted it down, matching the screen, and just the activity that went on in that video was freaking bananas on how that person just fidgeted and just went through all these different Dr. Heckle and different and Mr. Hyde kind of spasms in this video. And then what makes it even worse, the complete icing on the cake, is seeing the same product that these people are witnessing matching this house paint. These people are doing the research. They're going in and looking for the video. They are, because they want to prove me to be a liar. That's why. And they can't find the video. And then they go over to the website and they see the product still being sold there. I told you, it's like the equivalence of a company selling smoke detectors. The family dies in a fire with these smoke detectors. And it shows clearly it was their smoke detectors that didn't activate, that didn't alert the family, to let them know that the house was burning to the ground. And you would think this would be pulled off the shelves, because it shows a product that is not good for the consumer and it's a fake and a fraud. But then you find out they're still selling it. That's what he just did to y'all. Best way to put it. So that's why we do not consider him or the other one to be the real deal at all. They're fakes. I got to scroll through all these videos just to get through what we got to go through. Oh, we can just pop over here real quick. There's a blacklist. There's the videos right there for you to see here and here. Just gonna go for a couple minutes in here. There you go. It's not going back and forth. There is no back and forth. It's just us running you over. That's basically about it. There is no back and forth. You don't have any back and forth. What back and forth do you have? We can back our products. Our products are backed. Our company's legit. We have license. We have paperwork under our company. You don't have any of this. There is no back and forth. That's somebody else back. It's no back and forth. It's us running you over completely and moving on. That's what it is. Because in the timeline that I can come on here and expose you guys, I can come back on here and say, hey, look, we got 3 screen paints we're bringing out. We got another one called the Silver Patriot. We're working on this website over here. I'm filling out paperwork over here. The entire time, I'm crushing you guys in the process. I'm filling out paperwork for my company. Building another website. Designing new screen paints called the Alpha Edition. You don't get in our path at all. We just run you guys right on over and move on. It's business as usual. That's how it is. You guys come on here and rant, do a couple. You slander this, you slander that, you carry on, your racism slurs and all that other nonsense. And your products still go back to doing the same thing. Nothing. You don't go on YouTube and say, okay, look, that video he has right here is fake, which we know it's not fake because you're in it. But I'm going to prove that my products basically work. I'm going to go out here and do this demonstration of my product versus Slip Silver, versus Bear Silver Screen. They don't do any of that. All they do is just rant and carry on and just get angry. That's it. Instead of you coming on a YouTube channel and screaming and yelling at me, what you should be doing is doing live demonstrations, putting your product against everyday household paints and backing up your products. But again, they don't want to do that because this one definitely doesn't want to go through that nightmare again as he went through in this video. And the other one can't back his product up. We've asked Partay multiple times to prove the stacking theory. Just do 4 individual screens and remove a layer out of each one and leave the final screen there and see if you can see if there's a difference. If you remove one of those layers, what's the outcome? Never done. If you read through that entire page, which I have done already, you will notice when you go to the do-it-yourself coding, when he paints the screen in, you'll watch this long demonstration of him painting the screen in, and then you'll watch the screen sit there and match the wall in the theater room. So one of the questions I asked was, can you take that same sample, stick it against that wall, and do the demonstration? Never done. But yet, if you come and ask me at the end of the day, well, I got entire website pages dedicated to test. Yeah. So it's not back and forth. It's just me basically crushing you guys and going about my business. And you've done nothing with your time. In the time I've been here, I've got so much done, it's not even funny. I built another company while I was in here. What did you guys do? I designed new products. What did you guys do? I filed for legit license paperwork and everything else under my company. What did you guys do? Nothing at all. There you go, bearing your receipts. Now, with all that being said, oh, man, I think the reason why the eBay account, 2 reasons why the eBay account could be missing. 1, people could have basically filed multiple complaints to eBay and they had to remove them. 2, he's being hunted by multiple people because they want their money back, and he's just removing things as fast as possible so that way he can show either he's not going to exist or wherever it's going to go on, but he's hiding. Sorry about that. He's definitely hiding. Commercial. Freaking commercial matched his screen. This right here, Network Gray. This right here, his product right there. Pop in here real quick. Let me see if it's still here. No, it's probably not here. There's no back and forth. You guys can't back your products up. I asked you to do several demonstrations. I asked him to do demonstrations against slip silver. That was never done. What about the rest of his products? He only tested 2 screens. But what about the rest of them? No, he's not doing any proper tests. So no, we don't consider you guys to be legit. Now be warned, when we pop into this site, this guy rants a lot. Like I said, very unprofessional, screaming, carrying on. Yeah, he goes full Karen. So you can see this. The reason why we left the mic open, the reason why we left everything exposed, because when these guys come in and they rant and carry on, we just ask them simple questions. And the questions I asked them is the same thing you have on your site. Where's the videos at? Where are the test demonstrations at? These are things I'm asking you, simple questions. And if you have to reply back with curse words and emojis, then you shouldn't be selling it all, period. This is the site of Jamie. This is the one we just showed you in the video, the product matching house paint. Now, again, I don't know why you're upset with me over this. I mean, ranting and carrying on and acting up to me. What are you upset about? These are your demonstrations. You made these demonstrations. So I don't know why you're over here screaming and yelling at me and you're upset. If I'm going to come on camera and I'm going to say I feel that somebody's company is not legit, I'm going to back it up. I'm not going to come on here and make accusations that are not true, because I don't do that. But you guys consider that to be a form of ranting. No, I don't come on channels and I do not talk about things that I don't have any knowledge, or I don't come on if I can't back it up. I don't talk about it. I can only talk about what I can back up. Now, if you're going to come out there and say my products are so dark you can't see them, well, no, that'd be virtually impossible, because that means my customer displays would not come up. The church who did the testimony wouldn't come up. The fellow named Hector, thank you so much, good Christian, wouldn't come up. None of that stuff would come up at all, period. John T, who came in and displayed his 2.0, that wouldn't have pulled up. None of that. And if I had a product that did work that way, why in the world would I be paying the money for all these licenses and everything to display it on a much larger level if it didn't work? Yeah, that comes from fear because your products don't work at the end of the day. But meanwhile, we have not only the countless cancel orders from you guys, but not only that, Silent Wake 5, I think he posted some dumb nonsense about, dude, seriously, you guys are so sad. First things first, Silent Wake 5 got busted with fake receipts. So he got caught basically doing fake reviews on our products. Never had our products to begin with, never didn't buy anything from the website, and got caught with a fake email, and also proceeded to remove the videos off his account while we're in a live stream. So anything you say is just nonsense. No one's going to believe what you say. That's another person got caught doing fake. But look at this. All these are victims. These are not customers. If you notice, you look at all the demonstrations, all of them sit in the dark. Our customer demonstrations are brighter than your own demonstrations for your own product. That's pretty bad. No test demonstrations, nothing done. Look at it, that's it. That's the end of the page. Nothing there. In your category, you just have 2. That's it. Where's the rest? There's so much missing. Let's go over to the shop. Let's see if he pulled the Cinemax, which should be pulled. It shouldn't be on the site at all, period. Because this is a product that clearly shows it's house paint. And there it is right there. See right there? You notice how he started ranting again? Yeah, that's Jamie, upset and angry. $75 for house paint. That's the same product you saw in the video when we're in the red hoodie, bearing the receipts. Same product. Selling it for $75 right there. Telling people he's saving them hundreds. You're not saving hundreds. How are you saving someone hundreds when they're buying house paint? They can just do the same thing with house paint. Save some money. Matter of fact, save a little gas too if they have it right near them. Now, the reason why they won't do this demonstration with the slip silver is because I told you before, the slip silver is an eBay and her Amazon product. And with that being an Amazon product, it makes it easier for a customer to actually get that, just pick it up and buy. And if you're overseas, you don't have to worry about no $70 surcharge fee, none of that. You just go on Amazon, pick it up. That's why he doesn't want to do the test. The fact that he won't do the test is all the more to not buy his product and to just buy the Amazon slip silver. Just buy that. Now, if he wants to talk about the 2.0, 2.0's already beat the crap out of slip silver, network gray, and we even got some new stuff we threw up there just for fun. So yeah, it's right there. And right there on the website, what are you getting angry about, Jamie? At the end of the day, you're mad and angry at me. What are you getting mad about? This is on your website. It's clearly right there. We have a caption we put on there about, see, there he is. It doesn't bother me. This is how he calls himself being a professional. I told you at the end of the day, this is how he rants and carries on. This does not bother me. The reason why it doesn't bother me is because it exposed Jamie for what he is. You have a policy right here on your website that's clearly designed to steal from your customers. Show me anywhere in that policy that you're protecting your customers. There's nothing there. And we just came out of a video, your YouTube video, clearly showing your product matching house paint. And the video can't be found. Over here on your eBay account is now missing. Can't find it. And this is the person who's talking about quality, a good product, and just steals from his customers left and right. So again, there's a crow going off in the background, which is interesting. But as I said before, that mic is open. I'm gonna ask you a question right now. Why is your policy like this? Because in your policy, it clearly states that your customers, if it lands on the property, it's theirs. If they open it up, it's theirs. Even bigger question, why is your product matching house paint? And why are you still continuing to sell this product on your site knowing that it's house paint? How come it hasn't been removed? Clearly, you have it right there for sale for $75. So the mic is open, Jamie. Feel free to come in and explain this. I'm going to give you some time. I'm not going to say anything. We just go to the site. We'll get some time to come in and explain to us why he's selling this product on his website when it's matching house paint. So at the end of the day, this is $23. So we got two videos playing back to back. This is the Bear silver screen scam, where his product matches the personal mix versus Bear silver screen. And on this side, we have the network grade 773 Cinemax scam. So simple questions I'm asking you. Where are the videos? Where did they go? If the videos are active and you do have them, how come they're not posted to the website for everyone to see? Mind you, you made these videos to back your product, to show that your product is not matching these products. The fact that you don't have them onto your site clearly shows that you have acknowledged that your product is fake. And then you still continue to sell these products. Can't get any more hardcore than that. We reported you to the Better Business Bureau and they went through the video and they were like, gee whiz. Usually most people would pull something like that from the door and try to hide it, but not this guy. They're going to request the whereabouts of the video. That's what they are going to do. So we have an open mic here. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. Can you answer the question on why are you selling products on your website that are matching house paint? Well, clearly he understands what's going on. He was in the message board just a few minutes ago, cutting up and carrying on. So he knows what the video is going on. You know it's here. So come on in and explain to everyone here and people that are going to be watching this a little farther on, why are you selling a product on your website that matches house paint? Okay, people. Well, with that being said, I'm going back to work. I got things to do. As I said, buyer beware. Do not buy from these individuals. You're buying nothing but overpriced, glorified house paint. The demonstrations are right here so you can see it for yourself. You can also go to his site and see he's still selling these products as we speak. There's his site's missing on eBay, which is disappeared, which is gone. It's just a whole lot of mess between these two. The other one called Danny, his products, read through his site, you can see things are not making any sense whatsoever. And then when you do read through all that, if you happen to get through it all, you would notice when you watch the demonstration for the do-it-yourself coding, you will watch that screen match the wall in its theater room. What is the point of going through all that when you can just go over and just get the same colored paint that's on the theater wall and just cut the process in half and save some money? Both of y'all products match house paint. Not worth the time, not worth the money at the end of the day. So with that being said, I'm going back to work. I have things I have to do. I have a lot of work on my plate. And again, I can back my products at 1%, as we always do. And if you feel the need to do the research, knock yourself out. Our test demonstrations are directly on our website. Enjoy. I got to get back to work. That's it. Then keep in mind, gentlemen, people, at the end of the day, there is no back and forth. It's just me coming in and crushing them and going back to work, because that's pretty much what I'm about to do. We're done. All right, got to go, and God bless.